You missed the half and fucking party with some bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. Look at these lyrics, they just drive from bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. It's erasing nothing but bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. Look at these lyrics, they just wet as a pajama, bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna. It's erasing nothing but bitch lasagna. You got
First, text the king. Said he said it's okay. Maybe after it's like all better,
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the dazzling brightness in front of us today. I'd like to welcome you to this service to celebrate the life of Brandon John Pitt. He was known to all of you as Brando at his insistence. My name is Graham Sayre. I'm a civil celebrant, and it's my privilege to be conducting this service for Brando today. Family and friends, today we pay our respect to a wonderful young man, a son and a brother who was full of life and love for all. Brandon John Pitt was born on the 17th of December 2000 at the Lyell McEwen Hospital, the third son to Mum Sandra and Dad Jason, a younger brother to Jacob and Jordan, and an older brother to Sister Jamie. Brando was taken from us tragically and suddenly at an early age, leaving an aching emptiness in the heart of all who know and love him. He was a delightful child, a charming and headstrong young teenager, and he left when he had developed into a beautiful, caring, loving young man, not having fulfilled his role in the fullness of time. One day, the light of hope will disperse the darkness of tragedy that we presently sense around us. On behalf of the family, thank you for being here today, and especially those who have travelled to be here. The family would also like to mention a couple of people who are unable to be here today. Brando's Nana Evelyn, who's home recovering from surgery, and her partner Tony. Also, Jason's partner Wendy is unable to be with us today. We also received this message via Facebook earlier today. Although I cannot be there physically, every inch of my being will be there spiritually with you all today. Brando, you were and are the most beautiful and spectacular soul to have blessed this earth. You brightened everyone's day, and you were always so unbelievably caring, witty, and simply hilarious. I was lucky enough to spend an entire 8 hours of your last day with you, and am forever grateful for that. Thank you. I know that you'll fly higher than ever, and I'm so deeply that you felt, although there was no hope and no other option, you will forever live on within my heart, and I will carry you with me always. I love you, Brando. From Nikisha. I'd like to share with you a poem called Why, from a reading adapted from He Gathers Broken Souls by Catherine J. Mackenzie. In one moment or in time, when all hope seemed far away, when despair weighed so heavily there seemed nothing left to say, when confusion and pain were all that he could feel, he decided to leave all the illusions he thought were real. He forgot about the rainbows that follow the skies of grey. He forgot about the kindness he witnessed every day. He forgot about the future he once dreamed could be. He'd lost sight of all the truth and reality. The fact that people loved him, the knowledge that they cared, the love they had to offer him, the many things he shared. The pain that he would cause just never crossed his mind. He only pictured solitude and the peace that he would find. Sometimes a gentle spirit in a world that's gone awry gets lost and cannot find its way, cannot bring itself to try. It's hard for us to comprehend the meaning of it all. It would be so much easier if we could stop a stumble or a fall. If we could have seen inside his mind and searched carefully, no evil would we find. Just discontent, confusion, pain and fear and sorrow, with no hope for today and no vision of tomorrow. No malice, little forethought, just decisions made in haste. It's difficult for us to understand the senseless, needless waste. There will be struggles and questions from those whom he adored. But for now, we hope the peace he sought is forevermore. It's only natural that we should be sad today, because in a practical sense, Brando is no longer part of our lives. And so we all come to ponder the life and death of a truly amazing young man. Family and friends, everyone who sits in this room today is a gift to everyone else. When we are together, just our presence, even in silence, is a deep comfort. Who among us has not passed through the trials and bereavements of life? Some bear fresh wounds in their hearts and feel very keenly the kinship of sorrow. Others whose days of mourning are more remote still recall the comfort that sympathy brought to their hearts. To those who were very close to Brando, no one can predict what feelings and experiences will arise in the months and even the years to come. There may be waves of joy and sadness and tears. Everyone who is here is proof that you do not have to ride these waves alone. We know too that it is not only grief that we will feel. There will be genuine smiles and gratitude for the memories that Brando has given us that can never be taken away. Feel free to share those stories, the happy ones and the not so happy ones. I met recently with Brando's family, and to share the story of Brando's young life, each of his family members put together some memories, and they will share them with you now. I'd like to ask Mum Sandra to come forward. Possibly with Jamie. Well done.
Where do you I have no idea where to start. He's my baby boy. From the word go, he was on the go. Even though he didn't walk till he was nearly 18 months old, because his brothers would carry him everywhere. His energy was there for everyone to see from day one. Everyone who met Brando loved him instantly. Everyone who really knew Brando also knew that he was a professional. If he was a professional at anything, it would be at being bloody annoying. I'm sure he's annoyed every single one of you here today, and if you say he hasn't, you're a liar. Because he took great pride in knowing how to push your buttons and pushing every single one of them. When he was younger, he used to do this and he'd come up and go, "Mum," and he'd go, "What, mate?" And he'd go, "Nothing." Oh, okay, righto. He'd come back half an hour later and he'd be like, "Mum," and you go, "What, mate?" "Nothing." And then by the third time I finally caught on, but he would stand there for 10 minutes going, "Mum, Mum, 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 Mum," till I finally gave in and he would say, "Nothing." He loved being the centre of attention, and thanks to his big brothers when he was a baby, he was. He also learnt self-defence at a very young age, thanks to his brothers. They were there the day he was born, Jordan even getting to cut his umbilical cord as they all did with each other. Family events were always an all-in affair. Like all of his siblings and most of his cousins, he started at Pines Kindy with Miss Maria. I knew Miss Maria very well, thanks to Brando and his other brothers. Let's say because of his spirited interaction with other children. This continued pretty much throughout primary school. I knew all of his teachers on a first-name basis. One particular teacher, Bill, sticks in my mind because he nurtured Brandon's personality and let him be his true self, allowing him to be exactly who he was. Brando had just started primary school at Settlers Farm when along came his baby sister, Jamie. As I've mentioned, everyone was there when she was born, and Brando was the one to cut the cord and took great delight in running around telling everyone that his sister came out of my bum. He was so proud that he was there. You did it, it's okay. Brando and his sister did jazz and tap at their Nana Lynn's dance school. Both were amazingly talented, as all of my children are. At the age of 6, he did a solo on stage, which a lot of you may or may not remember, but we'll be showing a little clip of that a bit later. It's his little sparkling performance of Old Straw Hat. In this particular dance, he jumps into the splits twice, and it brings up a really funny memory. His oldest brother Jacob asked how the hell could he do that. Brando jumped into the splits and quite proudly announced, "I have no balls." With a great big smile on his face. That's not true either, by the way. All of his dance costumes, particularly his red and white stripy waistcoat just there, ended up his evening attire when we went out at night, especially attending the Salisbury North football night, as you do for Snitty night, all dressed up in his sparkly little vest. He thought he was awesome. He always managed to bedazzle even the most bland of places. Even as he got older, that did not stop. He then went on to do competitive gymnastics again with Jamie, again both amazingly talented, always placing in events. Brando even went on to teach gymnastics for a short time at the Cadena Gymnastics up here, and the boys up here loved him to bits and have always asked when he was coming back. We could talk about high school, but really it wasn't his thing. It was more of a social outlet, which is shown by all of the friendships he made throughout the years at Salisbury East and Theventon Senior College, where he completed his Year 12. Throughout his adult life, Brandon did struggle with his demons, but he always asked for help when he wasn't managing. He had a great network of people who were there for him in various ways. I've had so many conversations with him when he was feeling down, and he always reassured me by saying, "Who do you think I am, Mum? I've got this." And as is a parent's lot, most but not all conversations involved borrowing money. But every conversation always ended with Brando saying, "I love you, Mum." In the last weeks of his life, he was proudly setting up his home for him and his 3 children, Cortana, Coda and Kirby. For those who don't know, that are his cats. He'd also branched out and bought himself a Siamese fighting fish named Tofu. He proudly called me after keeping Tofu alive to tell me that he'd added to his family with a tropical snail named Cargo. He also called me to complain about electricity, which, as we all know, he used a lot of because of his passion for technology and gadgets. For example, "Hey Siri, boil the kettle," and she did. He would video call me, give me tours of the house of his latest additions, like his plant Regina Phalange and Sally the robot vacuum. He did seem as though he was happy and everything was under control as much as could be. I may never understand why this happened, but I'm going to fucking miss the shit out of him. Oh, my handsome, gorgeous, sparkly young man. I love you, Brandon. Hello.
Thank you, Sandra. I'll try not to come up and say, "Sandra, need to talk to you," and then disappear on you. I'd like to ask Brando's brothers Jacob and Jordan and his sister Jamie with her friend Siri. I believe you have some words you'd like to share with us as well.
Well, I'll tell you that now. I'm not as prepared as Mum. I didn't write nothing. I just wanted to kind of... Everyone knew the big, bright, sparkling Brandon. I knew the little annoying one that got on your nerve and you just wanted to kill constantly. And as much as I wanted to kill him, I loved him so fucking much. His tantrums that he used to chuck, the one that brings back memories is where he'd just stand up and just jump up and down on the spot and then just land on his knees. No matter where he'd be, it'd be concrete, it'd be fucking out in the stones. It's just surprised he even had knees left, to be honest. And I would never really, I was in and out of home a lot, so I didn't get to grow up with him as much as what I'd like to. But the last couple of years that I've known him, he was such a bright, sparkly person. Like, I wanted his confidence because I am the opposite spectrum to what he is. So it's kind of hard, and more will come to mind, but there's someone else. Siri can talk.
Yeah, well, no, let's Siri set the benchmark.
Set the benchmark with me. Okay, so as we know, Siri's going to be saying my speech. Might turn around a little bit. So.
I would just like to say how much I love
She's
and
a bit slow at
appreciate my little
talking,
big sister.
so.
I'm pretty sure we all did. He always managed to make me smile no matter my mood, even though he was the reason I was moody in the first place. When we were younger, we would always put on little dance shows for Mum and whoever was over at the time. I remember we would be so serious about the performance we would fight until one of us got what we wanted. Another thing I need to give Brando credit for was his patience. He would always walk into my room and stand there. He wouldn't say anything, he would just stand there waiting for a reaction. And majority of the time he'd start singing, dancing, or hit me, throw something at me or whip me with a tea towel just to get a reaction. And let me tell you, he gets you good with a tea towel. This one time he whipped me and I had a mark on my back for at least a day or two, and the sound the tea towel made hitting me was so loud Mum heard it from the other side of the house. That's how hard he would hit you. And he also had a very funky taste in music. He always played Bubble Butt or Anaconda when we were younger, just so he could practice twerking. Not that he ever mastered it, but I'll give him points for trying. Brando had the biggest smile and a very contagious laugh. I love you, Brando, and miss you terribly.
Thank you.
I hope my voice will be a little less annoying. But that's one quirk Brandon used to have too, was his voice. Sometimes it just irritated the shit out of me. I mean, I do love the hell out of him, but that was one quirk I could not get over sometimes. I just needed to remove myself from the room. And that was from when his voice dropped. And oh my god. But growing up with him as a kid, I remember we used to give him shit about being gay, and look what happened. Maybe it was us, maybe it's just what he wanted to be, but he was happy to show it, and he was happy to be the way he was, and that honestly is amazing, because yes, it is so looked down on nowadays, and it's just pathetic. But other than that, we did share a lot of memories, and I didn't, as the same as Jacob, spend much time with him lately because I was just flat out with work, and as we all do, we grow up, we sort of just focus on ourselves. Would have been nice to be there for each other more, but what's happened has happened, and all we can do is just be here for each other and remember the memories that we had with him. I love you, Brandon.
More come to mind here?
No, I could go all day, it doesn't matter. We all love you, Brandon. I'm sorry.
Excellent, thank you. Brando's best friend Amy is here and has a story to share with us as well. There you are.
Okay. Ooh, sorry, I'm not good with public speaking. My best friend, I never thought we'd ever be apart. From our crazy adventures to our drunken nights, or our dinner dates and our smoke breaks. You always hold a special place in my heart, and in the short time that I've known Brando, we've made memories I'll cherish forever. The good, the bad, through thick and thin, we were always there for each other, and I lost count of all the times that he built me up when I was down, even if he was annoying. I miss you every day, and I miss your random messages, your hugs, your witty comments, the need to correct me on everything. The family dinners, and even you destroying me at Mario Kart. I just really miss you. We've had to say a really hard goodbye to a loved family member, but you'll always be remembered and loved by so many. My grandmother wasn't able to make it today, so she wanted me to say something. Sorry, she's unable to be here to farewell Brando. She only knew Brando for a short time, but sort of adopted him into our family. He was always referred to as a grandchild. She loved his cheekiness and his beautiful smile. He could always make her laugh. He was a very welcome addition to our family, always helping us celebrate special occasions. Brando, we think about you always, we talk about you still, and you'll never be forgotten, never ever will. We hold your smile and your memory in our hearts, and there they will remain. We love you.
Thank you, Amy. Now I'd like to ask Brando's dad, Jason, to come forward. There's some words and something to share with us as well. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll come up a bit now.
This is from my other half, from inside.
A moment in time, I look up at the starry skies and wonder, oh, I wonder why. Sometimes this life is full of pain and try to find a way to mend our broken hearts, wanting for this pain to cease, wondering how much one heart can take. Life is such a fragile thing. Missing your smiles, missing our talks, for today surely holds enough sorrows. So we're hoping that you have found peace, Brandon. Love you, miss you.
And on that note, I haven't got nothing to say really, because at the end of the day I'll end up crying. So.
A moment in time, I look up at the starry skies and wonder, oh, I wonder why.
Thank you, Jason. It's time now for us to take a pause and to ponder our own private memories of Brando. A quiet time to reflect and remember some special times shared with him. We'll listen to a number of songs that the family has chosen in tribute to Brando as we watch a presentation of pictures of his life and that infamous Splits video, I believe. Thank you.
My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
Boy, toy named Troy, used to live in Detroit. Big soaps and the money, he was getting some coins. Was the shootouts with the law, but he lived in a palace. Boy bought me Alexander McQueen, he was keeping me stylish. Now that's real. Gun in my pocket, bitch, I can't just to kill. Who wanna go first? I had him pushing, got the bill. I'm high as hell, I only took half a pill. I'm on some dumb shit. What he say? He can tell I ain't missing no meals. Come through and follow me in my automobile. Let him get it with his grills. Keep telling me to chill. Keep telling me it's real that he love my type of pills. That he don't like I'm bony. He wants something he can grab. So I pull up in a jag and I hit it with a jab like dun 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 dun.
My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
Oh my gosh. Look at her butt. Oh my gosh. Look at her butt. Oh my gosh. Look at her butt. This dude named Michael used to buy motorcycles. Bigger than a tower. I ain't talking about Eiffel. Bill, country ass nigga, let me play with his rifle. Pussy put his ass to sleep. Now he calling me Nigel. Now that bang, bang, bang. I let him hit it cause he slang cocaine. He twists my salad like his name Romaine. And when we done, I make him buy it all, man. I'm on some dumb shit. Run away. What he say? He can tell I ain't missing no meals. Come through and follow me in my automobile. Let him get it with his grills. Keep telling me to chill. Keep telling me it's real that he love my type of pill. Yeah, he loved his fat ass. Yeah, this one is for my bitches with a fat ass in the fucking club. I said, with my fat ass, big bitches in the club. Fuck the skinny bitches, fuck the skinny bitches in the club. I wanna see all the big fat ass bitches in the motherfucking club. Fuck you if you skinny bitches, what? You. Yeah, I got a big fat ass. Come on.
Bubble butt, bubble, bubble, bubble butt. Turn around, stick it out, show them what you got. Okay, open up your bubble gum, let me see your bumper. The booty so smooth, can't believe it's not butter. I go in from under, she wetter than the surfer. I ain't the fast, I'm about to start burping. I burp and re-lick the bottom of the surface. I loaded my clip in and told her don't get nervous. I'm a bang, bang, kitty, bang, 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 killer. Lick a boy like a dribble. Put you in a pickle, nipple on my. Why you tripping? I'm a crazy individual. Can never do minimum. Drop it, really too. Damn, talk much. I don't want interviews. I'm trying to get into you. Then make you my enemy. Now playing at the man, need the light flash screen. Need to breathe. Bubble butt, bubble, bubble, bubble butt, bubble butt, bubble, bubble, bubble butt, bubble butt, bubble, bubble, bubble butt. Turn around, stick it out, show them what you got. Bubble butt, bubble, bubble, bubble butt, bubble butt, bubble, bubble, bubble butt, bubble butt.
Gentlemen, who else cringed when he hit the splits? Some amazing memories there. Thank you. And I'm sure there'll be time to share more after the service today. I'd like to share with you a poem now called You Can. You can shed tears that he is gone, or you can smile because he lived. You can close your eyes and pray that he will come back, or you can open your eyes and see all that he has left. Your heart can be empty because you can't see him, or you can be full of the love that you shared. You can turn your back on tomorrow and live for yesterday, or you can be happy for tomorrow because of yesterday. You can remember him and only that he is gone, or you can cherish his memory and let it live on. You can cry, close your mind, be empty and turn your back, or you can do what he would have wanted, Smile, open your eyes, love, and move on. Family and friends, it is time for us to say our farewell to Brando. The family will remember Brando as a full-on character. He took pride in trying to annoy everyone. He could find and push everyone's buttons. He was also a very tech-savvy young man with a fondness for Apple gadgets. He was a very lovable and bubbly personality. It takes time to accept a loss, particularly one that is so tragic and unexpected. However, in time, the pain will subside. As life moves on, importantly, the most precious entity that will remain will be your memories, your love, and the special moments you shared together. I'd ask you to please be upstanding if you're able. Tenderly and reverently, we commit Brando's body to be cremated. Earth to earth, dust to dust, and ashes to ashes. We are grateful for the life that has been lived and for all that life has meant to us. We're glad Brando lived. Brando's life has made a contribution, and Brando's life we honour, and his memory will always be a part of us. Rest in peace, Brandon John Pitt, our Brando, our son and brother and friend. Please be seated. As we leave the chapel very shortly, we will listen to Jar of Hearts, the song that Brando performed as a contestant on The Voice Kids. In fact, it was his audition tape, I believe. I would now like to invite Lynette Roach from Skinner Family Funerals to come forward to arrange the pallbearers. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the service here today for Brando. On behalf of Sandra and Jason and their extended families, may I say thank you for all being here today to show them your love and support and your kindness to Brando over the time. In a few short moments, we're going to move Brando to the vehicle at the front of the building, where you'll all have an opportunity to place a tribute and say your final farewells. Following that, you will be invited into the reception room at the other end of this building for a time of remembering and reminiscing and having a few laughs maybe about the times that you shared with Brando and his family. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your attendance and your attention and your attendance here today. And as I call the pallbearers forward, could you all please be upstanding?
You can take one more step towards you, 'cause all that's waiting is regret. Don't you know I'm not your ghost anymore? You lost the love I love the most. I learned to live half a life. Now you want me one more time.
Pallbearers, please.
You think you are running around the store, collecting your jar of hearts,
We're going to kneel now on the trolley.
apart. You're gonna catch a cold, running inside so don't come back for me. Who do you think you are? I hear you're asking all around.
Don't you want more?
No, I do. I don't know what this.
I'll put the text to there when you finish. Would you like to write anything like that?
I'm used to it.
Yeah, right with that one.
Folks, just while you're standing here waiting, I have neglected to bring out the memorial. It will be available in the reception. If you'd like to sign, you can bring
You take it.
Oh, yeah. You would have met him like, yeah, you know my memory. Shocking. So a lot of people here see them and think I know them.
I answered. Yeah, and you hung up. Oh, I know.
Hello.
I was Just one more. I know we're running out of you well, on and off, like, So that's loaded up a bit.
You were when he gave it right. The oldest
You're gonna draw something? Right here. Look here, this right here, boom. Toby, this one.
Everybody saying for me? Beautiful. Stay love
I love you too. Are you busting again? It's always busting. Busting. I know you're always busting. Come on, Terry. Find somewhere. Come on. See you, darling.
See him.
You can do that.
She had a rainbow when I told her where
Going from here.
Come on. Hey, Mum. Tell Mum what you need.
What do you need?
Brandon will leave all the time. We need the poo.
I need the toilet.
Well, you don't want me to hold him on.
on that side.